Okay, now it's recording. Okay, now I'm gonna go real. Oh my God, who's here? Who just arrived? Somebody arrived here. Who's this? Hold on. Who's this? Sebastián, Juan Sebastián. Juan Sebastián. Ah, yeah, okay, Juan Sebastián, yeah. Okay. Welcome, Juan Sebastián. I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna share this one. This is the one. Yes, this is the one. Okay. Now, by the way, remember, guys, you owe me. The ones who owe me some documents, please try to send it to me. As please send all the documents that you haven't sent. Send it today or tomorrow. Garcia is the only. I think yes, it's the only one. And Santa Maria Valeria, did you send me already the family?
Yo lo mandé.
Okay, I'm gonna check it. Okay, pero lo que yo tengo aquí es que no sigue el formato, no tiene valores, no tiene nada. Creo que le pusiste valores.
¿Cómo así? Sí.
Números, o sea, por ejemplo, el teléfono del agua, X cantidad. El teléfono
Sí.
de luz, $20. Internet, $60, something like that. Did you?
Sí.
Si no lo pusiste,
Sí.
te voy a bajar muchos puntos, ¿ves? Ok. Así que yo voy a revisar. I'm gonna check, okay?
Pero yo lo puse y yo se lo mandé.
I don't remember right now. I can't remember. There are a lot of students. Okay, if you say you did it, I'm gonna check if you really did it. Okay. Gonna make some annotation over there. Okay, right. I'm gonna check after I finish this class. I'm gonna check. So if you say you send it, okay. Okay, guys, let's begin this class. Remember last week we were dealing with this case. The case was about this guy that he wanted to take part of a basketball team. Remember? Over here, let's move on. Over here, this one. A basketball team. You have to create a chart with some a decision-making grid in order to this guy to decide whether he wants to spend, he has at least 5 hours. He spent it practicing in order to enter to the basketball team, or he used that 5 hours in order to go to a extra job after school, okay? Now, okay, it says, look at the economic choices and construct a decision-making grid that analyze the potential choice. And I give you some information. Now, if this guy decides to work after school 5 hours instead of practicing basketball and enter in that basketball team, if he decides to work per hour, he's going to get $20. Okay. Now the marginal benefits of the time of the hours of his practice is gonna be shown in percentage. Okay, and he has only 5 extra hours to invest it. Okay. Now, what I did is something like this: 3 columns. The choice, it says 1 hour of practice, his marginal benefits of being part of that basketball team is gonna be really low in percentage. Now, if he decides to work only 1 hour, he's going to get $20, okay? If he works his 5 extra hours, all the 5 extra hours, he's going to get at the end of the week, $100, okay? But he really, the problem here is that he wants to be part of the basketball team. So this is gonna be his benefit. His benefit is not getting money, but he has to decide whether to split it or a certain amount of hour practicing and the rest of the hour working at this restaurant or another extra job after school, okay? So these are his options. 1 hour of basketball, 2 hours. Look, that is going bigger. His possibilities are raising his possibilities, okay? Now he practiced 3 hours. Usually, if you are a soccer player, you practice at least 4 or 5 hours. Why? Because you need to improve your skill. So if he decides to work 3 hours of basketball, over here, he would have only 2 hours extra. Why? Because the limit is 5 hours. So if let's think that he decides to work or to practice 3 hours and then he has 2 hours left. That means that he would be working and he would get $40. Okay, but his possibility is gonna be 65%. Now, if he practice 4 hours, his possibility to enter the basketball team is gonna be 85%. Really good chances. But he will only work only for 1 hour. That means that he's going to earn $20. So now at the end of the road, if he decides to focus only to enter the basketball team, his opportunity cost is gonna be that he's not going to get, he's not going to get the $100. Now now this is gonna be his trade-off. His trade-off is the one that he decides to do. Okay, that's it. Remember, in this chapter, we talk about trade-off and opportunity cost. Adolfo Petit, focus. Okay, now if he decides to enter to the team, he's going to focus on practicing. And his opportunity cost is gonna be that he's not going to get $100. Now it's the other way around. If he decides not to enter to the basketball and his trade-off is going to be working because he wants some money, his opportunity cost is going to be not being part of the basketball team. Okay, now over here there's another examples. It's about the same thing now, but the difference in this example is that we have to create a graphic, and this is the graphic of marginal cost, of marginal benefit of this guy that he says that is on Sunday. He has 5 extra hours in the afternoon, but he has to decide if he spends time playing in a video game with his video game or getting ready for a test. Why? Because tomorrow he has a test. Now over here, I designed this chart. For instance, he says that if he wants to spend 1 hour, that is going to cost him $25. That is going to be his benefit, $25. But what about the test? He's going to lose 5 points from his test. If he decides to spend 2 hours of gaming in that video game, he has to pay $20, but he's going to lose. Why? Because he won't have enough time to study for the test, so he's going to lose 10 points and so on. Okay, maybe right now you cannot understand it, but later on please take a look at. I think this is already loaded up in your platform. Okay, it's loaded up already in the platform, so you have to take time to try to understand. Okay, now over here it says for 1 hour of gaming, he'll be able to pay $20. For 2 hours, $20. For 3 hours, $15. So it's the same thing of the opportunity, the opportunity cost. About this column, marginal cost. Now this marginal cost, remember, all the marginal benefits are like this, goes like this line, and the marginal cost is like this. For 1 hour, he's going to lose 5 points. For 2 hours of gaming, he's going to lose 10 points out of the test or the practice he has next day. For 3 hours, he's going to lose 15 points. See? So it means that he needs to make a decision around this area, in this area. At least play in the video game 1 or 2 hours, maximum 3 hours. Why? Because he's at 3 hours is going to lose 15 points. And I think 15 points is too much. It's like 3.5, 33.5 would be something like that. Okay. Okay, so the same thing you have to do with this grid, the max decision grid, and over here is the graphic. I cannot right now, we don't have enough to explain to you because I want to go to another topic that is the next, oh my God, the next topic, guys. So if you can go over this, please go to the platform and watch the video or watch the PowerPoints that talks about this topic. Okay, now today I wanna go over this next topic. This is the next topic. Today's topic we need to discuss this. This is the next topic, and you have already the PDF document loaded up in your platform. Please, guys, you need to take like 20 minutes, 25 minutes in order to read what you are receiving from me, guys. Remember, you don't have a book. I'm the one who is providing you all the information. So please take advantage of that and read it. The document with PDF document is already in the system. Print it and read it. Over here, I'm just explaining what is in your document. Now, the next topic is analyzing production possibilities, all the possibilities of produce something. These are the objective, and these are the vocabulary that you need to look it up. Remember, the topic is this one, analyzing, you need to write in your notebook, analyzing production possibility. And the vocabulary, this is the vocabulary, you have to write vocabulary number 3. Vocabulary number 3, and this is the vocabulary, economics model, production possibility curve, and so on. Now over here in this PowerPoint that I'm going to load it up, I think it's already in your system, are the definitions. So you don't have to go another place in order to look for the meaning of these words. Now let's go over the information in this chapter. Now it says the economists have created economic models, modelos económicos. And what happened with those modelos económicos? They simplify representation of a complex economic activity system or problems to clarify the trade-off. Remember, the trade-off is what you do. If you have several options, you have to trade off something. For instance, you have to study, or you have a party, or you want to go to a restaurant, or you want to go to a hotel to spend the weekend. Your trade-off is to stay at home studying. This is your trade-off. And your opportunity costs are the ones that you didn't select, okay? Now, that's why they mention over here to clarify your trade-off, what you decide to do. Now, on such model is a production possibility curve, PPC, a graphic used, this is the graphic, a graphic used to illustrate the impact of scarcity on an economics by showing the maximum number of goods or services that can be produced using limited resources. Acuérdense que los recursos son limitados. Now over here there is an example. Acuérdense, para que en la economía hay diferentes productos, diferentes factores, pero para cuestión de que ustedes entiendan cómo funciona este modelo económico, solamente se utilizan dos productos. That's why you see over here loaf of bread. ¿Qué es loaf of bread? Molde de pan. Y brand muffins son los muffins que usted compra en el McDonald's, que a usted le gusta McDonald's, ¿ok? Now, remember you have a limited resource. Adolfo, pay attention. Okay, now remember over here you are going to produce bread or muffins. But in order to produce bread or muffin, you need several resources. You need flour, you need sugar, you need salt. Necesita harina, sal, azúcar, and other things that I don't know. Okay? So the resources are limited. Now, if they use all the resources, PT, if they use Valeria, if they use Monica, if they use all the resources to produce only one product, you're gonna get and 0 muffins, you will be able to get 12 loaves of bread. Solamente si utilizan todo el recurso y no hacemos ningún muffin, vamos a obtener 12 moldes de pan. ¿Ya? ¿Ya? Now, let's pretend you are tired of eating bread and you know something, I want to produce also, I want to cook, I want to bake muffins. So you have to use a specific amount of resource. You have to take it from the loaf of bread and use it to produce the muffins. Gabriel, are you understanding? Okay, you have to use.
Sorry for being late. It was.
Anyway, don't worry. I'm recording this. Okay, just focus on this, and then you watch the other class that the other section that you missed. Okay. Now, remember, so the resources are limited, and let's pretend you want to produce only. You want to produce muffins, but in order to produce muffins, you need to take some resources that you use it for the bread and use it to produce the muffins. So that means that in this line, you will lose from 12 to 10, you will miss 2 loaves of bread, but you will produce 35 muffins. So in letter B, over here, they are able to produce only 7. Why? Because the other resource that they use it in order to produce 12, now they are producing 7. They are using it to produce 63 muffins. And you can find it over here in this curve. Like it said, production possibility curve. That's why you see it's like a curve. It's like a curve, okay? Now, if you want to use all the resources to produce only muffins, then you will be able to produce 100 muffins and 0 loaf. And you see it over here in this point, okay? The point C. Okay, guys? Now, the next slide talks about, now in order for you to, now remember this kind of models are based on this. Like all other economic models, the PPC is based on assumptions. ¿Qué son asunciones? Son pretensiones, son cosas que te dan por hecho, assumptions that simplify the economic interaction. For the PPC, these assumptions are, estas son las asunciones. Nosotros tenemos que considerar que estos son valores que siempre van a suceder para poder que uno pueda entender, ¿ok? Pero en la vida real no sucede así, ¿ok? Resources are fixed, all resources are useful, and this is the important one for this model. Only 2 things can be produced. Like it says over here, we are producing only 2 things. We cannot put all this information in a graphic. Why? Because we have only 2 axes, okay, or 2 axes. La x-axis and y-axis. El eje de X y el eje de Y. No podemos meter más. That's why they use it only 2 products. That's why, okay? Now let's move on, and this is the last slide, okay? 1 minute, okay? Now this is it says the PPC represents the border or the frontier between what is possible to produce and what is not possible to produce. This model is sometimes called production possibility frontier. Why? Because it's like a frontier of a country. You cannot go over this line, Gabriel. You cannot go over this line. This is the frontier. This is the limit of production. That's why they call it, it says over here, they call it border or frontier. That's why, okay? Okay, we don't have enough time, guys. Please take some time to review all this information, guys. Please take some time.